Hello, 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 and welcome to the 100th episode of the Marketing That Grows Your Business show. Today, we have not just one special guest, but multiple amazing folks who are going to come and share some awesome sauce as it relates to what's happening in social media today. What's not just what's happening, but what's working specifically today. We have some amazing things happening. So come on in. As you're coming in, where are you joining us from? Give me a shout out. Where in the world are you? I see we have so I'm not sure how to say that, but welcome. I don't want to butcher your name, so I'm so glad that you're here. We have Elaine in the house I'm not sure, Elaine, I love your hair, girl. That is amazing. We have Sybil from New York. Good morning, Sybil. So glad you're here. Becky from Beaverton, Oregon. Awesome. Good morning, Darren. Susie, I see some of my students, if you will, in here. So Maria, Jersey Shore. Awesome. Chuck's here. Allison is here. Well, I just want to welcome everybody to today's show. We're going to have a lot of fun. We have a lot of amazing giveaways today. So let me get this pulled up, and I warn you right now, we do have a lot of moving pieces and parts, a lot of people coming on the show today. So bear with me if I make some faux pas, okay? Because I got a lot of buttons to push and making sure that I get all the right people in here at the right times, but it's all going to be good. We're going to have a great time. So you guys, let me just share something amazing with you. We have, on every show, we do giveaways, and today is no different, except today I have what I call my celebration partners. I reached out to some of my favorite tools and resources, and they donated things for me to give to you. So a couple of examples of things that we're going to be giving away. We're going to be giving away some t-shirts from Agora Pulse and some mugs and 2 years of their premium accounts. Y'all, that is worth like several $100s. We've got StreamYard is giving us opportunities to share their tool with you. Ecamm, Easel, Restream. We're giving away 100. I'm just going to say that one more time. 100 Wave.video annual creator accounts. Yeah. So we have got $35,000, a little over $35,000 in value that we're giving away today. So how do you win? Anybody want to know how you win? Who doesn't want to win, right? I love giving away stuff, but that's just part of it. There's obviously we're going to have amazing people sharing their knowledge with you guys today, but winning stuff doesn't hurt, right? T-shirts, mugs, great tools. It's all in the mix today. So how you win, and this is important, okay? Because you need to know so that you can get entered into the Wheel of Wow. That's what we call it, the Wheel of Wow. Share your aha moments in the comments. Ooh, did I say the C word? Ooh, share them down under, okay? So make sure that you share your aha moments, and you have to put the hashtag aha, okay? That's kind of one of our things. Hashtag aha. Now, an aha moment is like, oh my gosh, didn't know that. You know how you make those noises? That's an aha moment. Or if you needed to know, you already knew it, but like you needed to hear it again. So those are aha moments. Sprinkle it out into the world, to use my friend Molly's word. Sprinkle it out. Tag someone that you think would get great value out of this. Not only are they going to learn some amazing stuff, but they could win some amazing stuff too. And last but not least, make sure you ask questions. We love them. We'll try to get to as many of them as we can. One of the things I want to say, because we've got so many moving pieces and parts today with all the guests coming in and whatnot, I do have my team in the comments and they'll definitely try to answer questions, and we'll pull in as many of them as we can as well. But just kind of letting everybody know, lots of stuff happening today. And we're so excited that you're here. All right. So first guest up, y'all. She's been on the show. She was one of my way back, like when I first started my show, she was one of the very first guests, but she's coming back, and boy, does she have some amazing knowledge bombs that she is going to share with you guys. So some of you know her already. I've talked about her a lot. In fact, I just mentioned her. Let me give you a little detail, a little bit of preview. It's just a small preview of how amazing she is. But her name is Molly Mahoney. She's a digital growth strategist who specializes in creating authentic video content and leveraging organic social media. Y'all, you're going to be so excited. So put your hands together. Molly is going to share what's working right now. Some of the things, she's got some fascinating things that she's been doing. She's going to share them with us, and it's going to blow your mind. All right, here she is. Come on in. Hey, Molly. No sound, girl.
I muted myself so that I could make sure I didn't accidentally talk soon. Hi, hooray. I'm so glad to be here. I love you so much. And oh my goodness, there's so many awesome humans that you have coming on today too. So I'm excited about the rest of the show also.
Yes, I'm excited. I see we have Danielle here, Katie. Can Molly sing for us today?
Oh, sure. What do we want?
I don't know. You'll have to work that in somewhere.
Okay, I'll find a good spot. I'll find a good spot.
All right. So Molly, I know the story because you've done something recently that was just like totally cray cray and totally unexpected. You know how you throw stuff at I used to say this all the time. When I first started in social media, I just threw stuff at the wall and hoped something stuck. Well, that's kind of sort of like what just happened, right? You want to tell us?
It's educated spaghetti throwing, right?
Yeah.
You take the knowledge that you have from everything that has worked in the past, and you pay attention to what are the trends that are coming up, which is what this whole show is about today, right? So you think like, oh, I see that this looks like it's kind of working for other people, and you start to pay attention, and then you put this magical alchemized idea together and you say, okay, I'm going to throw this version of the spaghetti at the wall and see what happens. And you trust the process. And then sometimes magic happens.
Sometimes magic does happen. So tell the story about, I know I love this story. So share a little bit more about what the story looks like.
So should I say what the final results? I'm going to tell you the final results so you know what the story is leading to. So we recently had a video organically on our business page hit a reach of, as of yesterday, it was 39.3 million. What? It was a 14-second video. And what I feel is even more bananas than that is because of this new bonus program through the Book of Faces, they are going to be paying us. They've already paid us $20,000. So we already got one payment. I wasn't even sure it necessarily was actually going to happen, but we already got one payment of $20,000. Plus, we're set to make about 31, I think, as of right now in total. So we still have another payment coming out from it. Oh my goodness gracious. So the way that this—
What? Now, I want everybody just to take a minute and seriously drop in fire or emoji or what. I mean, if you are like, your mind's blown, drop in something, because this is like an amazing story. So you've actually gotten money. You actually got
they have paid us $20,000. So and it came through via PayPal, just like in one lump sum. So I can explain like the way that worked, because I didn't really know how the payout was going to work. So let me tell you the whole story. So I had my friend Nika, an amazing client and friend, Nika, who is going to be on the show later today. She came on my show to talk about short form video. And on this video, we were like talking about how she's had 100 million views on YouTube and blah, blah, all these things on TikTok. And I shared with her that even though I am teaching people how to create video, I still really struggle with up until now, I had struggled with the short form thing. I would much rather talk for 3 hours than I would for 14 seconds. And Nika and I talked about it, and I shared with her that I had been playing with the short form video stuff on, hopefully you can still see me. Oh no. What is happening? Kim, I'm lost. My camera totally went out.
Okay. That's okay. We still have a picture of you. We can hear you still.
Okay, I'm going to switch to my really bad camera. So we've been remodeling our house and things are a little kooky, which is why the back of my—
you're back.
What the heck? Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. So this is called an authenticity indicator. I have no clue why that's happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to this one. And then you can see, okay, these are the bookshelf. These are the books that are supposed to be on my bookshelves, but we're still, I'm not allowed to put the bookshelves on there because my husband is going to be finishing the bookshelves. So now you get to see all of the behind the scenes. This is called making it work. Okay. So authenticity moment. Here's what happened. I was like, I don't know about this, but I started playing with the reels on Facebook because Facebook sent me a message that said, hey, if you post short form content on your business page, we'll pay you up to $35,000. And I was like, okay. So the first couple of months, I didn't do it because I actually didn't believe that it was possible. Then on Christmas Day, I had a video. I was just repurposing my short form content from Instagram and from TikTok. And I had one video that on Christmas Day hit a reach of 20,000. It was a video of me with my Christmas tree, admitting the fact that my Christmas tree had been up for 2 years. So I had posted it a few weeks before, and then it all of a sudden took off that day because apparently the timing was right. So for that one video, I received $164. And I was like, oh, this nugget of possibility. All of a sudden I knew like, whoa, this actually is real. The reels are real. So that's when I started.
Say that 3 times fast, right?
I know.
Reels are real.
Totally. So I started playing around and I was like, well, let me see what's working with Facebook Reels, because Facebook Reels are different than Instagram Reels. They are different than TikTok videos. They are different than YouTube Shorts. And you can, and most of the time we are, repurposing our content from those other platforms. But we've noticed that the things that are working on Facebook really need to have a few things in place in order for them to totally take off. And the space on the book of faces is still new. Hardly anyone is doing it. And so there's still this really huge opportunity. Like, Kim, I think about you often and how you really, in my mind, you were the first person ever to use Periscope, right? And I didn't really get into Periscope as much. I jumped in when Facebook Live came out. I kind of waited and watched. And then when it came on Facebook, that's when I really jumped in. And that's kind of what I did here. I waited on TikTok videos. I waited on Reels. But now that they're available on Facebook, I jumped all in. And this opportunity is here for you as well. So I looked in and I thought, okay, what's working? And here's the things that I saw that were working. First of all, it needed to have a really weird thumbnail, some sort of thumbnail that is curiosity inducing, something that makes people go, oh my gosh, I have to learn more. The other thing is it needed a title that had some sort of ... title in it that was like, I can't believe this happened, ... that type of thing. And Nika will share this with you. She has one tip that she calls the naked bald lady tip. And I'll let her share that with you because that kind of worked for this video as well. Now, what is really cool about this is not only did we get a reach of 39 million, we also had 5,000 new subscribers. So the content itself was really wide. It wasn't very specific to my niche. But from that 39 million, we had 5,000 people who did find my content to be helpful and did decide to actually follow our business page. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. And we've been using these same strategies with our clients, and we've had several clients who have crossed the 10,000 mark for one video, and they've just started implementing it. And they don't even have a lot of followers on their business page. Like one client has hit over 10,000 several times with very specific niche content, and her page has about 500 likes. So it's really an opportunity that anybody can jump into.
Yeah. And I love this. So one person asked, why are they paying you? Well, they can pay you too. That's the whole point.
Yeah. So I'll grab the link and I'll put it in the chat. So there's a way to apply for it. And right now we're not 100% sure what is causing the applications to get through.
Yeah.
But it's not based on how many followers you have. We know that for sure.
And I think if you apply, you can apply. I'm still waiting on my own, waiting to get approved myself. I don't have it yet. So when I do, I'll have to jump in to Reels. But one of the things I just want to, before we go on to the next guest, I want to just focus in on, because I think a lot of times people are worried they don't have a bunch of followers yet. But is it like Instagram in the sense that they're showing that content to people that aren't our followers? So, like with stories, you're not going to gain followers necessarily. You're just nurturing an existing community. But with Reels, on Instagram, at least, they're showing those Reels in the feed and based on what kind of content people are watching.
Exactly.
So, yes.
And
so
if you look at the stats on Instagram, are a little more robust than they are on Facebook right now, because Facebook is still so new with
Mhm.
this. So it's a little easier to do it on Instagram Reels. But if you're willing to test things, if you're willing to be someone who just like jumps onto a crappy camera if camera goes out, right?
If we can do it, anybody can do
I
that.
mean, that's the thing. Like, it's if you're willing to maybe be a little embarrassed because you don't know exactly how to do it and the thumbnail is not going to be perfect, you're going to be able to capitalize on this.
Yeah.
And I believe, and I'm sure you do too, Kim, that people will love you more because they'll see that you're real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, this was a perfect example of how real it is when you're live. Like things happen.
And then you just
And you
bounce
just have
with
to
it.
deal with it, right?
Yeah.
So,
And
well,
what you said is totally true on Instagram and on Facebook. And I'm putting the link to apply for the bonus program into the chat right there on the video. What it's true on Instagram and Facebook that it brings in new people who had nothing to do with your page, like people who are not following. It's really they're just aiming to compete with TikTok, and so they're doing everything that they can to keep us here with that short form content.
yeah, and that's true across the board. You're going to hear this, by the way, a lot throughout the course of today's show because short form video is absolutely where it's at right now. I mean, everybody is consuming it. I've said snackable content for years is rules the roost, and
well, and that's another thing that you can do. Like, I know I've seen you speak about repurposing, right? And repurposing is such a big thing that we love to do. And you can actually take your longer form content and chop it up so it's under a minute and create short form content out of that. You don't have to be doing the dances. You don't have to be doing even the trends, right? You can be sharing value. The video that I did that hit this huge reach was actually something that I took just because it made me have a moment of like, what is happening?
Yeah, it was kind of gross.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to, and it was just so you know what actually happened. I was using a bath bomb and the bath bomb ended up having bugs in it. And so I had a really short video of this moment of me going, oh my gosh, I thought this bath bomb had lavender. They were bugs. That's like all the video was. So I don't believe that video is contributing to, the good of society. But I do think that now, because I've been paid this, $20,000 and I'm getting about 10,000 more, I've already identified the charities that we're going to be giving a huge portion of this to. And I found a way to use this platform to teach others how to do this, where they can be creating content that really ties into their values and ties into the value that they're bringing to the world.
Yes. So everybody, you guys need to connect with Molly at the Prepared Performer. By the way, real quick, if you do connect with her, you're going to get more than you bargained for. I promise, because that's just the way she is. She over delivers all the time. You will love her. Definitely connect with her as going forward. So thank you, Molly, for being with us. We're going to draw the winners for the eCam. 5 winners are going to receive $25 gift merchandise shop gift cards, and also 3 winners of a 1-year license for eCam Pro. Like, I kind of want that, like, right?
Oh my gosh, so good.
Yes. So we'll draw the winners for that. And anybody that wins, hang on, as we are drawing the winners, like I said,
you know how I usually draw the winners?
Yeah. How you do it?
I sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow so that I can bring it back in.
We did say you were going to sing. So go.
Okay. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. What's that dream? You got to show up and make it happen. Went for the shortest version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
I love it. I love it. Man, if I had a singing voice, I would so sing every week. But so the winners are Edward, Robin, Katie, Stu, and Maria. And guys, go over to kimgarst.com/winners and we'll get the details from you and get you in the prez.
I love it so much. I love it so much. And I saw just one little question, which was about how it shows the content to other people. So there's two things that I think is happening. One is based on the type of reels that you're watching, you'll see other reels that are like that. So I have a real thing for like makeup reels and hair reels and stuff like that. So I'll see more of that. Be careful about which reels you watch because it's categorizing. That's not a word, but it's cataloging everything so that the algorithm is bringing you more of what you're spending time engaging with.
Yes.
And then the other is, I think maybe hashtags are working, like a few hashtags they say, not 100% sure.
Well, and that goes back to testing, but yeah, so when I go look at my reels, I see a lot of puppy stuff because obviously I like puppies. And my husband's like, well, you know, he resisted getting on social media forever. And then it was like, you can stalk the kids, honey. I'm just saying. And so so now, and he's like, well, I get pimple popping reels. I'm like, well, obviously that's what you're watching.
You gotta be careful. They're so, the clickbaitingness is so good, but you've got to, I know.
It's so gross. Well, thank you, Molly, for being with us. I'm so appreciative. I'm so thrilled at the experience you just had with your reel and the money you're making.
And it's the possibility, right? There's so much possibility. So even if you're not approved yet, start sharing your reels, because I've had some of our members, our clients are like bummed that they're not approved and necessarily getting paid. Some have gotten approved, but I'm like, hello, the reach is like being paid. You're paid in that extra reach also. So it's just a really awesome opportunity.
Definitely. Well, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it.
I love you. Okay. Bye.
All right. So one down, but many more to come, you guys. So I'm excited about, super excited. Well, I'm excited about all of our special guests. But our second guest today is a short form video expert, and she helps people who have an expertise show up and shine as unique, brilliant superstars. So we're going to learn today how to leverage video again, because it's what's hot right now. On TikTok. So you guys, I guess I should have popped this up on the screen a minute ago. I told you there was going to be a lot of moving pieces today, but I want you to put your hands together for Nika Stewart. Hey, Nika.
Oh, I'm still clapping for Molly. That was so good.
Man, if I'd have known you were going to do your purple today, I would have done some purple. I've been doing some purple strips here and there with the hair. I love it, girl.
Oh, yeah. And you rock it so well. And I was just loving the way the lipstick goes with the eyeglasses. You're just a colorful gal. And that's one of the things we love about you.
Well, thank you. Well, so I have an account on TikTok, but I haven't posted the first thing. So I would speculate that there's others just like me who are like, yeah, no, I'm not getting on TikTok and dancing around. That's not my thing, right?
Well, but do you want to do one right now? Should we create a TikTok while we're live? We could do that if you'd like. But so let's talk about why that is the biggest thing that I'm still hearing is that TikTok is for kids. It's for dancers. It's for, cute, young, silly, ridiculous people. And I'm not that, so I can't go on TikTok. Well, the pandemic and lockdown sort of changed all of that because we old people, and I'm talking about myself, and I'm not putting you into that.
Just a number.
But a lot of moms who were kind of bored home with the kids during lockdown started scrolling through TikTok and getting addicted because it is a very addictive platform. Yes. And that's what I was doing. And it became very popular. Now, is there a lot of young people on TikTok? Absolutely. But like Molly was just saying, and you're saying, it shows you what you like. So if you start scrolling on TikTok and you spend even a few minutes looking at the videos and ignoring the things that you don't like, but liking and watching the things that do give you value, entertainment, inspiration, humor, all of the stuff that we want from scrolling. When you do that after a little while, TikTok starts showing that to you instead of the stuff that, I don't know, I'm not a dancer. And yet I really fell in love with TikTok. I don't dance. Sometimes I do dance just because I think it's funny, but I'm not a dancer. I'm not a young, ridiculous person, but oh boy, is TikTok. I also want to say you don't have to grow an account on TikTok. When you use TikTok, to kind of get used to how TikTok shows things, you get better at all kinds of short form content, including Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. So I would say jump in and play around. And
yeah, so you said some amazing things right there. I just want to pull out a couple of things that I think are super powerful. One, you don't have to have a following on TikTok to get engagement and views, because your content's going to be shown based on what type of content people are watching. Okay. So it's like the ultimate attraction model, in my opinion, like, right? Because we're all out there trying to attract our person to us, but we have to work hard to get them to follow and like us on social platforms. And with with TikTok, it's in my T file. With TikTok, you don't have to do that. Same with like YouTube or even Pinterest, where, there's search. Although I will say, and I would love your take on this, I've heard that the TikTok algorithm is the smartest algorithm of all the socials. Have you found that to be true?
I am amazed by the TikTok algorithm. I find it to be kind of scary, almost like I feel like sometimes there are little cameras in my home or following me around, because it knows. I have heard people say they know things about you before you even say them out loud. There are people I know who are like, they were serving me content about being gay and I didn't come out yet. How did they know? Or they started serving me this political stuff, but I never talk about that. How did they know my feelings? They're scary good. I found that after, like I said, after a few minutes of scrolling and being addicted and just like having fun scrolling and watching, they start showing me what I want to see. My daughter, who's a teenager, loves TikTok. And sometimes she'll say, "Did you see this?" And I'll say, "No, TikTok doesn't show that to me." But I will show my husband something and say, "Did you see that?" And he'll usually say yes, because we have similar interests. So we tend to get the same things. People who don't have our interests don't get those things. So that's one of the big reasons. And I think Instagram is trying to copy it. YouTube is trying to copy it. Facebook, certainly, with this showing the content to people who will like it. I hope they get as good as TikTok. It is one of, like we're saying, one of the big reasons to do content on TikTok, because if you stick to your niche, if you really get clear on who your audience is and what your brilliance is, what you want to share, and you do that often, TikTok knows to show it to people who will be interested. Like you and Molly are saying, not just people who are already following you. You can have a video reach thousands of people, even if you only have 2 followers. They show it to people who will be interested. We've never had this kind of opportunity on social media before. I mean, I've been in social media and watching you on Twitter and growing on Twitter for over a dozen years.
Yeah.
And this is new and exciting. Jump into it.
It reminds me of lookalike audiences, from paid media perspective, right? Where, if you've ever done any like paid advertising, you can create lookalike audiences of people that are on your list or, are on your Facebook. But that's what it reminds me of, because it's showing your content to people who've looked at similar types of content as yours. So then they surface your content, which means you have a golden opportunity to really take advantage of Reels in particular. Now, obviously Instagram has them, Facebook has them, TikTok. I mean, they're not called Reels there, but it's the same concept, right?
Yeah.
So what do you like for somebody who's just getting started? Like, what would what advice would you give them other than just get with it? Like, that's what I mean.
I think that when I think about how to help people get started, one of the things that I want to say is just do it and do it a lot and be you. We don't need to learn how to be ourselves, but that's what works on social media in general. I believe that was your book, Kim, right? Be you, be the youest you can be. And that is what works on TikTok. And although we don't need to learn how to be ourselves, we need practice and we need inspiration and motivation to do it. So rather than a how-to, my suggestion is to get around people who are doing it, scroll, get involved, and then just do it. Get on TikTok, or if you like creating videos on Instagram, or YouTube has their own editor and creator where you can do videos. Wherever you enjoy doing it, get on and do it often, because the kind of video that will take off and reach a lot of people, you don't know what it is until you do a lot of them. So you need to just put out lots of messy content. I call it messy testy, like test a lot of videos. They're not all going to be good and they're not all going to reach a lot of people, but the more you put out, the more you will find out what reaches people in your niche, and then you do more of that. So you don't know what to do when you first get started. So it feels confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Just be you. Know who you are. So you have to start by knowing who you are and who your audience is, and have your message or messages. I call it your spin, like all the things that relate to you and who you are and how your take on life and business and everything in general. Have your personality, your personal brand show up in everything you do, and do a lot of it. Just keep creating. Try some trends, something happens in your life. Like Molly said, something happened that brought up a huge emotion. Create a video around it. Anything that feels like someone should know about this, create a video. And at some point, one of them is going to take off and you're going to see, oh, this seems to be really striking a chord with people. I'm going to do more of that. And that's when you start really having some kind of message and niche within your niche. And those are the videos that just like blow up and make you a celebrity.
Yeah, I love it. We have a what I call a do it messy concept. You know, we do have t-shirts and a mug that says do it messy, because the reality is, you do have to go through that process. You know, I think lots of times throw it against the wall, see what sticks. The strategy here, though, is that this content, TikTok is a very powerful platform. It gives you the edge when it comes to, building out a community there from scratch without having any followers, because you don't have to have them, and attract, people to you, because TikTok is going to serve your content up to people who are interested in your style of content. And going back to Molly's story real quick, she shared something that was totally unrelated to her business, totally unrelated, but yet, she's made $30-some thousand off of it. I'm just saying, and then she got 5,000 people who opted in to her community out of 39 million views. I mean, if you think about it, that's a big net, right? But she still, let's just focus on the money for a second again, $31,000. And then
bad.
That's not too bad. Now, will that happen to all of us? Potentially not, but the potential's there that it absolutely could happen to us.
And just like she also said, even for people who aren't making that kind of money from their short form videos, they can get you a huge audience, and you can turn that into much more than $31,000. You have to obviously do the next thing. You want to follow up and then turn these people into paying clients, but you get a huge audience from this type of content now.
Yes. And I think that's such a powerful thing, because right now, I mean, I remember I heard probably 3 or 4 years ago, Gary Vaynerchuk said there were day traders of attention. And it's so true. Like, we're trying to grab attention with our content. So it's just a fascinating dynamic. I'm so excited that you shared with us today and was here, Nika. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm just saying, this is an account I just created. That isn't even my new account. My
please
account.
tell us the right one. Oh my goodness.
It's Nika Stewart Shine. You can go there, but I just started that and I have no followers there. But I love that you found that. I don't know.
I don't know. My team, okay, so there's one hand I'm saying, do I throw my team under the bus because they got the wrong one?
And whether it's a wrong one or a new one, it's not one that I've even told people about yet. So it's kind of cool that you did find it.
Well, what's the right one? And we'll make sure we put it in the comments.
Yeah, Nika Stewart Shine. Most of my social media is under Nika Stewart Shine. It's my name with Shine at the end. And those are the videos that that's my main account.
Okay. All right. We'll get that right. And we'll drop that into the comment area for you guys. So let me do the gifts real quick and Restream. We got 2 mugs, you guys, from Restream. And I have a couple of these and they're awesome. You're going to love it. We also are giving away 2 winners for a 1-year pro subscription. Y'all, this is an amazing gift. We're excited to give these things away. And as soon as we get them, oh yay, here's Nika Stewart Shine is the correct one. You guys make sure if you connect with Nika, you do it on the right account. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for being here, sharing your awesome with us. And we'll get I know everybody's like on the back end. We've got all these little flippers moving with all these pieces.
You are amazing, Kim. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
This is so valuable. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, same here. I appreciate you so much. We'll get the winners announced here just in a minute. Have a great rest of your day, sweetie. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Take care.
Awesome. Bye-bye. Okay, so our winners for the Restream mugs and the Restream 1-year subscription to their account, to a Restream account, which is, you guys are going to love it. Congrats to Greg, Jameson, and Sybil for winning the mug. If you guys will go to kimgarst.com/winner, and we will get that out to you, or make arrangements to get that out to you. And then Allison Marie won the 1-year pro account, the Restream account. So again, go to kimgarst.com/winner and we will hook you up. Okay. So our next special guest is Elise Darma. Elise teaches Not So Insta Famous. I love that. I'm like, not so Insta Famous. So that's like for us regular folks, y'all, business people, how to show up on social in a way that's bearable and profitable so they can sell more doing less. Like, who doesn't want that, right? So I want you guys to put your hands together for Elise. Hey, Elise.
Hi, Kim. So great to be here. Congratulations.
So where in the world are you?
I am in Barcelona right now. So it's almost 5 p.m. here.
Oh my goodness. Well, I just want to ask everybody out there that's watching or even on the replay, who's jealous? I got my hand up. Like, who is jealous that Elise is in Barcelona? So I just happened to see, I think one of your reels, or I'm pretty sure it was a reel, your husband was buying all these shoes.
Yes.
So how many pairs of shoes did he buy?
I think he had like 8 pairs of shoes lined up. We were in Morocco about 2 weeks ago. We were working remotely from Morocco for the week, and he ended up buying 3 pairs. And after a long negotiation process, about 30 euros a pair. So I don't know if it was a good deal or not, but it was fun to watch it happen.
I'm a shoe person, so I have
Nice.
lots of shoes. And it's fascinating. I have lots of shoes, and I really wear like 2 pair, like all the time, you know.
Same.
But you got to have shoes, like, so. I thought that was hilarious, watching him negotiate for all of the
Everything.
all of the shoes. Yeah,
Everything in Morocco apparently must negotiate. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, let me ask this. Since for us regular folks we're not Insta famous, I know Instagram is super hot right now. We just talked about TikTok, obviously super hot too. But what is working right now on Instagram?
It's more or less the theme that you've been covering very well during this entire show, which is short form video. And I know, especially with my audience, a lot of people are not wanting to be on video. They're business owners, right? It takes a lot of effort to blow dry your hair and put on your makeup every single day. I know I don't. I'm doing it every other day because some days I just don't want to be on camera. And especially when you're a CEO or a solopreneur, you have a lot of things going on beyond just making content for all these very hungry social media platforms, especially because they're all moving towards short form video. And we have seen that really happen since 2020. When TikTok really took off with the millennial generation and the older generations, and then Reels came out in August of 2020. So I'm a big fan of focusing in on fewer things and doing them really well. So if you're a busy business owner, you're probably overwhelmed with all the platforms, all wanting video. I would choose the platform where you know your audience is hanging out on. Do some research, look at the demographics of all the platforms. My personal favorite combination is using Instagram, of course, because it's typically the best way to generate relationships with people. And that's often where the sales happen. Only lately has Instagram become more of a discoverability tool, which we're seeing with Reels. Reels that you make that get shown in front of new people who don't follow you. Now you can be discovered by new eyeballs. But typically, and I find all of Instagram's features are just so geared towards helping you cultivate relationships with your followers. And that's how my students generate 5 figures or more from Instagram, even with less than 1,000 followers. That's why you don't have to be Insta famous, because as you grow, you cultivate those relationships, and that's where the sales happen. So my favorite combination of platforms to focus on, one being Instagram for relationships and YouTube. YouTube is my platform of choice when it comes to being found in search. And so those are the 2 major platforms that I really focus on today.
I love that you said that because, now we were just talking about the discoverability feature that Reels brings our way. And I've said this for a while. Pinterest and YouTube are similar in the context of we don't have to have major followings in order to get found there. And that's super value based. Now on Instagram, we have the opportunity to be found without a bunch of followers, which that's awesome. If you're creating Reels. If you're not, then you're reliant on the existing community you have built there. One of the things I love that you said, I think the power really from a sales perspective is talking with people. So having the opportunity to take a conversation, a one-on-one conversation, to the DMs in Instagram. Have you found that that's like where the conversion really happens on Instagram? I'm just curious if you feel that's true.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You've basically touched on an Instagram funnel, if you will, where you use a feature like Reels to create content that speaks to your target audience, and you can structure your Reels in a way where you actually call out your target audience so they know right away that you're talking to them. That's how you're going to start to attract better quality followers. But you use Reels to generate that visibility. And then once you have these followers, stories are really powerful for engaging with your current followers. I love using stickers that basically the engagement's built in. So the poll sticker, the slider sticker, the quiz sticker. I love asking my followers sometimes random questions, sometimes market research-based questions in my stories. But stories is a really great way for people to give me really quick feedback. And when they give me feedback, that can actually turn into lead generation, right? So if I ask them a market research-based related question, and 100 people hit my poll sticker and they say, yes, I'm interested. Well, when I launch that product or offer, or whatever I was researching, I can go follow up with all those people individually and let them know that I've just created that offer. And the best way to follow up with people is exactly like what you said, the DMs. That is where those relationships happen as well as the sales. So that's an Instagram funnel right there really quickly.
Boy, that was a lesson. That was a good one. I love that how you talked about like once you get you attract them using the Reels and then you nurture them using stories. Mm-hmm. And, I'm a big fan too of, being intentional with the content. Like if you get good engagement around a question you ask, then there's a need, right? And then if you present a solution to that need, then it stands to reason they're going to purchase. So I love that. Well, thank you so much, Elise. I know this has been short and sweet, but you dropped some amazing knowledge bombs on us in no time. I didn't expect anything less because I've been secretly stalking you for a little bit. I wanted to touch back on one other thing that you said. Are you taking your Reels and using them on YouTube as short form content there? Because I, just from a repurposing perspective.
Good question. And I had to put this to the test recently on my YouTube channel where we just hit 100,000 subscribers. So it took us about 2.5 years to get there. And I know shorts have been out for a while, but I figured that the algorithm would treat a long form video content or a long form piece of video different than a short form video. And so we have taken some of my TikToks, which we then removed the TikTok watermark from because we know that platforms don't like pushing out other platforms' logos. And we repurposed and republished some of those tip-based TikToks over on my YouTube channel as a short. And so far, there hasn't been any wild, amazing results to report. I do think, just based off of my little experiment of posting like 3 or 4 shorts, my gut feeling is, and from what I've heard talking to other YouTube experts, is if your YouTube channel has already been built off of longer form video, so on average, our videos are like 10 to 12 minutes, it's best to keep that same type of video content on your channel. And then if you want to publish shorts, publish them on a separate channel, because then that channel will be geared more towards, 10 to 15 second videos. So that is what my recommendation is keep your shorts separate from your main channel if you've already generated growth there.
Yes, my friend Daryl Eves, who's a YouTube guy, he's been around a long time, said the same thing to me. And we'll have to ask that question when Sean Cannell comes on in a little bit, because I've heard other people say that. So I'm so excited that you shared that. That's a nifty little trick. So setting up that separate YouTube account, one just for your shorts and one for your regular content. All right.
I think
Love
so.
it. All right. So let me see who our winners are today for our giveaways. We're giving away an ActiveCampaign. Hang on. Our ActiveCampaign. One winner is going to receive $100 to the swag shop over at ActiveCampaign. You guys, if you've not, well, not everybody would have a t-shirt from ActiveCampaign, but I'm just telling you right now, because I have one. It's super soft and it makes the best sleep shirt ever. So I'm just saying. So let's see. We'll announce the winner for that just here in a moment. Again, thank you so much, Elise, for being here. Take care of yourself. Everybody, make sure you connect with her over on Instagram. And we'll talk soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. How's everybody feeling? We're only halfway there. Okay. This is going to be a long show. I guess I should have warned y'all up front, but are we delivering the goodies or what? So, let's see if I missed the giveaways. I know there's so many things happening right now. I just want to make sure the ActiveCampaign giveaway happens. We're going to move on. When it gets up on the screen here, I will put it in and let you guys know who won. Okay. So our next guest, you guys, I've had him on the show once before, and let me just tell you, he brings it. AJ Wilcox is a LinkedIn Ads Pro and a host of the LinkedIn Ads show podcast. Y'all, put your hands together for our special guest, AJ Wilcox. Hey, AJ.
Hey, so happy to be here again, Kim. Thanks so much.
So excited that you're here. So LinkedIn. I know that compared to some of the other kind of shiny object platforms that we've just been talking about, Instagram and TikTok, LinkedIn is, here we go. Let me just announce this real quick. Paul is the winner of the ActiveCampaign prize. Paul, if you like soft t-shirts, get one of their t-shirts or 2 of them, whatever. Go spend your $100 though there, right? So LinkedIn is one of those things a lot of people don't focus on, even though that's where a lot of the business people hang out. So what do you say to somebody who's not super active on LinkedIn with something that's working right now? How do you convince them?
Well, let me ask you one thing, and it'll kind of steer my answer here. Do you want specifically tips around the organic side or the paid ad side, or a little bit of both?
Ooh, I think I would love just a little bit of both, because
Okay, cool.
I feel like there's still people who are reluctant to spend money on ads. You know how it goes. And then a little something for them. And then, of course, maybe a little something for people who could understand the power of spending some money on LinkedIn.
Awesome. Okay, so to answer your question, I see a lot of people who are in this same boat. They think, oh, because LinkedIn is just this kind of quiet hum in the background that's been there for years and years, doesn't seem very exciting. But hey, there's Facebook and then Instagram and then TikTok. They're all screaming at me. Well, what I see more often than not is people, they come and try to just post the same kind of thing on LinkedIn as they would on Facebook. And they look at it and go, well, that doesn't make sense. I haven't ever given this channel really any love, but my post just got 3 times the number of views or 3 times the amount of interaction as they normally do on Facebook. Maybe I should spend a little bit of time over there. So what I want to share with you, like the biggest tip from the organic side, is that because not everyone, it's not even not everyone, it's only like 4% of LinkedIn members are posting stuff. LinkedIn still has to fill 100% of people's news feeds with content. So what they do is they look for posts that get likes, comments, and reshares. They look for those social engagements, and then they'll say, hey, if Kim posts something and then AJ follows her and he goes and comments on it, now Kim's post can now be seen by AJ's followers. And that's how it's so easy to go viral. So here's the little soundbite for you. LinkedIn is by far the easiest network in the world to go viral on, as long as you don't like look good in a swimsuit or something. I guess there are other networks for that. But that's the biggest one. Is it's so easy to go viral, and that's all it really takes is posting up content that makes people want to engage.
Wow. So I want to back up to something you said that I didn't know, and it's stunning. 4% of LinkedIn users post content. Oh my gosh, that's like crazy. I did not know that. So think about it, guys. I mean, other social platforms, the majority, not the majority, but a lot of people, a lot more of the percentage of overall users are sharing content on those social platforms, but not on LinkedIn. So opportunity knocking. I'm just saying, I didn't even know that. So now I'm like, wow. So how do you suggest, using that organic strategy, how do you suggest that people get more people to engage with their content? What types of content is actually getting people to engage with it? Maybe that's a better way of saying it.
Yeah, I think you can start out with text-only posts, because it means you don't have to go into Canva or anything and create imagery. You don't have to worry about having good video content. Just post out there. And the biggest thing is no one's going to do something unless you ask them. So at the end of every post, this is actually how I engineer all of my posts, is the whole goal is to get someone to comment, because comments are by far the most powerful signal that can be sent to LinkedIn saying more people need to see this. It's like the currency of virality on LinkedIn. So yeah, I mean, just ask, say, hey, what do you think about this? Have you had this experience? Tell me down below in the comments. When you ask for it and people do it, and then all of a sudden their followers and their followers start seeing your post, that's when you're going to say, whoa, I only have 500 connections on LinkedIn, but my posts are getting 3,000 views. How does that work? Well, it's because it's the followers, and it's your followers and your followers who are now seeing it. And of course, the coolest part about going viral on LinkedIn is the vast majority of LinkedIn users are, they're wealthy. I mean, by all standards, like the average, this is the last stat I heard, it was probably from like 2016, so it might've changed a little bit, but it was like 70% of LinkedIn members make at least $100,000 a year. So you're talking to the most influential, the most affluent people out there. What a cool network to get access for free.
Seriously, like now I'm like pumped up. I'm like, I got to get my buns over to LinkedIn. Wow. So, I mean, I've traditionally used LinkedIn very lightly. I'm definitely not a heavy user, and I know the opportunity's there. My person is there, especially for what I'm doing right now. It's just been like, oh golly, it's one of those things. You just don't. It's not as shiny as some of the other platforms, I guess. So I'm no different than a lot of other people, I suppose. Okay. So for people who have something, we talked about this last time. We talked about that LinkedIn ads are really good for people who are selling higher ticket things. So something that's probably in excess of $2,000, I would say, probably, or maybe even more. So from a paid media perspective, if they're struggling to sell their thing, would you suggest that they take a peek at LinkedIn ads from a paid media perspective?
Yeah, here's what you need to understand about LinkedIn ads is the targeting is amazing. We can laser target people based on their job titles and their levels of seniority and what department they work in and their company size and industry. And it just goes on and on. We can target people by company name, which is really cool for account-based marketing, where you may have a list of just a select few accounts that you really, really care about. And everything I just mentioned is probably only about a sixth of everything that's available. It's incredible for targeting, but on the flip side, it's incredibly expensive. We pay an average of like $8 to $13 per click. And so what that tells me is, okay, if I have to pay that much to acquire the traffic, and I know this is more middle of funnel, like someone who clicks from a LinkedIn ad is not ready to buy, they're not ready to talk to your sales rep, they're not ready to start a demo of your SaaS software or anything like that. Because I know that's just the beginning of that journey, it means I've got to have a larger lifetime value of a customer to really make this worthwhile. But that's also a really nice barrier to entry, because if you can figure it out now when your competition probably hasn't, or they probably haven't even tried, it's also expensive enough to keep them out. And so you can just, destroy your competition. I love it.
What I think's fascinating too, if you really nail down your targeting on the front side, even your clicks, even though they're more expensive, they're your right person. You're not just getting some random, we talked about Molly's net, where she, had 39 million in reach. Well, most of those people weren't her person, right? But
exactly.
That's what's so fascinating about, actually putting we all need it. If we want to sell our stuff, we have to have traffic. We have to have the right people see it and want it, right? That just makes sense. But I think that's one of the things that is fascinating about LinkedIn is the targeting is so very specific that you can actually only show it to the right people, which means that the opportunity for that person to engage with you and ultimately long-term purchase with you is way higher. So would you rather spend $2 a click and have half of those people not be your person, or would you rather spend $8 per click and have all those people most likely be your person? Just saying, it seems like a no-brainer to me. So what else, when it comes to paid media, what types of content is attracting people? Is it video? Is it, LinkedIn is very different. So a lot of these platforms that are talking about short form content or video content in particular, it's working there, but is it working on LinkedIn?
So we are starting to see video ads kick up a little bit. When they very first came out, there wasn't much action. They were expensive. It was hard to get people to engage with them. And my thought on that was, it's probably because when you're on LinkedIn, you're on your way to do something. There's not a whole lot of people just hanging out wanting to consume content. That's really where Instagram shines. It's really where YouTube shines. But we're starting to see a lot more engagement, I think, because people are finding more value in the platform organically. And so they're willing to click on that icon and go hang out there in their downtime. But I think the easiest way to get someone's attention is it's kind of the same rules as Facebook, actually, because LinkedIn is very like blue, gray, and white in its color scheme, just like Facebook. If you look at the color wheel, you choose the color that is opposite of blue, and that's orange. So you want to make sure that any imagery you use or any video, it's splashed with oranges, reds, greens, purples. All of those kinds of colors help your post stand out in a sea of like stock photos, which it's really not that hard to stand out in a sea of stock photos, as long as yours is also not a stock photo. But try to use those bright colors, get their attention. And then remember that the image that you use or the video that you use, its job is not to get someone to convert. The job of getting them to convert is your ad copy. So keep your imagery nice and simple. And I guess that's probably the easiest way to get them to stop scrolling.
Love it, love it, love it. So many nugget bombs. Thank you. So I'm going to put you, let's see, I got to get, oops, hang on. Let me get my right thing up here. I'm going to put is this correct? A LinkedIn. Okay, good. So you
Sure
guys
is.
connect with AJ over on LinkedIn. He does paid ads in particular. Tune into his podcast. He's just a fount of, as you just obviously saw, wicked knowledge. I'm just super excited that he agreed to be here with us today. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to share. We're giving away on while we got you here, because I want to make sure everybody that's been here for AJ has an opportunity to win. We're doing the giveaway for this segment is a year of Easel.com. You guys, Easel is amazing. We love Easel. We love our friends over at Easel. So you guys are going to get great value out of this little plan. So let's see who won today. I'll have to announce it. We're just slightly behind. I think actually I'm behind. This delays a little bit, there's a slight delay. And then I'm like, okay, where's who won? Oh, here we go. Rhonda's on it. She's on it. So Laris, I'm not sure how you pronounce your last name. So I'm just going to say Laris won the 1-year plan for Easel. Go over to kimgarst.com /winner, share your details with us and we will hook you up. AJ, thank you again so much for being here with us. I appreciate you.
Kim, thanks so much. I'm glad to be included and congratulations on your 100th episode. This is big time stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right. See you soon.
See ya.
Okay, so I want us to get us back on track. We're just a little bit behind, so I want to honor everybody's time. I was going to take you know what? I kind of messed up a little bit. We were supposed to give away 2 other things. So we were going to give away. So let's do that, right? We'll do this right before we bring on our other special guests. We have one Agora Pulse package, if you will. It's a t-shirt. It's a beanie. It's a little backpack, a mug. It's like a swag bag kit. So one winner for that, as well as the 2 winners for a 1-year Agora Pulse premium account, you guys. This is an amazing value. I'm a big fan of Agora Pulse. That's what we use here internally. So hopefully whoever wins that is going to get tremendous value out of it. So like I said, I'm going to try to get us back on track. I was going to talk just for a hot second about Twitter. But I'm not going to do that because I want to get us back on track. There's not a whole lot new happening on Twitter, but I will say they have a couple of new features that you can check out that I've been watching for a bit. Haven't jumped into the water yet. One is Spaces, which is an audio version, audio component, kind of like Clubhouse. You can check it out like on your mobile device. You can go and check it out. It's at the top of your profile. And then they have a new thing called communities, which is similar to groups on Facebook, sort of. Again, watching that a little bit, but that's kind of the new stuff. I'm hoping with this change in leadership over there that maybe something amazing will happen. I'm just not sure. I've kind of become a little disenfranchised with Twitter. But anyway, that's just a couple of things. I wanted to honor all the social platforms, and I thought I'd share a little bit about what's happening over there. Okay, moving on though. Like I say, I want to try to keep us on track today. Our next special guest is my sweet friend, Sean Cannell. He owns it. Let's just step into it. World's most watched YouTube strategist. Not how many people can say that, right? So we've been talking a lot about video today. Some of the other guests have talked about specifically about video in particular, short form video. So put your hands together for Sean. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Kim. How's it going?
It's going good. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm fired up. Grateful to be here. Love the chance to get to connect with your community and love talking about social and YouTube.
Yes. Okay. But before we talk about all that, let's focus on something that's super important. Way more important than all this social stuff. Okay. You're having another baby.
It's a boy. That's right. So crazy.
I'm so excited for you. That's so amazing. So obviously you just recently found out. I saw the videos on social or on the stories, I think, over on Instagram. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, my heart is so full, and it's really
Yeah.
a miracle. You know, we didn't even think we'd be able to have one baby, to sort of have another one on the way, due September 4th. John Stephen Cannell, he's coming, and so man,
You
we're just super grateful.
already named him and everything. I just think that is so amazing. So fun, so fun. I tell you, I have 2 boys. I think you know that. Mine are way older, but they're just such blessings. So I'm so excited for you. Okay, so we'll move back into the YouTube lane. So what is working on YouTube right now?
Yeah, you know, I think the first thing is that I think for entrepreneurs, it is irresponsible to ignore YouTube. Now, I get it. You got so many different opportunities on so many different platforms right now. I love all the different social media platforms, but one of the reasons I love YouTube is because now there's 2.3 billion monthly active users on YouTube. If you're looking for customers, you're looking for your ideal customer, they're on YouTube. You just got to put out the right content to find them. I also find it interesting that the fastest growing segment of consuming YouTube is Generation X and baby boomers. And so YouTube's really maturing, and the pandemic accelerated consumption, meaning there's even more demand for powerful content. And then I think the stat that came out that 70% of people go to YouTube to solve a problem is the opportunity for us as business owners and entrepreneurs. Because what problem does your business solve? You want to be posting those type of videos on YouTube. And so when it ultimately comes down to YouTube versus other social media platforms, it actually is dramatically different. You know, if you think about every platform, right, it's a content feed. I get stuck in the feed. I'm on Instagram. Next thing you know, my iPhone's saying, hey, your screen time is up 35% this week. I'm like, that's not good. I'm trying to be a parent here. Like, what's happening? And so TikTok is a feed. Instagram is a feed. Facebook is a feed. YouTube is a content library. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. And so when your ideal target audience has a question, is looking for answers, you need to put strategic content in front of them to be found answering those questions. It's kind of like growing up, I went to the library, probably like a lot of us, Dewey Decibel System. I would go to the librarian and be like, where is the choose your own adventure sci-fi section? Like, I'm trying to go, you know, jump into those books. And they would say, go to this particular area because you're looking for a particular thing in the library. Well, YouTube is a content library, and your video catalog gets better with age. It's like a fine wine. Like, it literally gets better with age. You can have videos that you created years ago still generating leads for your business today. So I just want to give you like 3 quick what you should do on YouTube right now, what's working. Number 1, ASQ, answer specific questions. Answer specific questions. Yeah, you know, when it comes to YouTube, you want to be answering specific questions that people are asking. And you might say, though, okay, Sean, it's 2022, though. Like, it's crowded. I see my competitors there. I think it's too late. I've all the questions have been answered. And that's true if you're answering generic questions. But the truth is, you can never exhaust all the opportunity on YouTube because there's always new questions. If you're teaching Facebook ads, when iOS 14 came out, all of a sudden people are like, oh no, what's going on? That's new opportunity to create videos about the questions people are asking today that they didn't even know they needed to ask. Every single year, here's some very tactical, how do you win this year? You do videos with the problem you solve, 2022 update. The problem you solve, we help a lot of real estate agents. The problem they solve, market update for this month. YouTube wants, and people consuming YouTube, they want new and relevant information. And so, especially when you're trying to get traction, you want to answer specific questions. You know, Zig Ziglar said it's better to be a meaningful specific than a wandering generality. And so I think the key there is the S, the specific. The second one I want to give you is RSP. RSP, that's review specific products. Now, Sean, like, I don't have a product review channel, though. I'm a business owner. No, there's products relevant to your target audience that will attract your ideal audience. Let me give you an example. One of the best videos you can make if you help people with courses is a video like Kajabi versus ClickFunnels. That's a specific product. And one of my favorite strategies, the versus strategy. WordPress plugin for lead capture versus this other thing. Or you might say this laptop, you know, a review of a certain laptop or a standing desk. What if you understand your target viewer, the person you want to reach, what's the kind of stuff they're interested in? I've learned that products can be influencers. You know, I now have almost 2 million subscribers on my one channel, 3 million across multiple channels. And I started doing a lot of camera reviews. See, people didn't know Sean Cannell, but they knew they were looking for a specific camera. And then they met Sean Cannell. And then eventually they joined, in our case, one of our YouTube coaching programs. Some did, right? So I actually met people through a product. I didn't have to actually be a product review channel, although that was a heavy part of our strategy. So you could talk about software. You could talk about home office stuff. You could talk about things that it might be bulletproof coffee. Like it's just something like what is in the psychology, the kind of stuff that it could be bullet journals. Like it could be different things. If the key is you want to review products that will attract your ideal audience, right? And then number 3, the last one is TSS. TSS. That's teach specific skills. You want to teach specific skills. And so that's going to be how to maybe set up a WordPress site, or it might be how to close sales, you know, or it might be something along how to get into the right mindset. But the key is the more specific, the better. I found that for some of us, sometimes kind of in the entrepreneurship, personal development space, we go too general, like how to develop a winning mindset is actually a video I wouldn't really recommend doing in 2022. It's too general. A specific skill might be how to, again, do something like how to install a specific WordPress plugin. Well, that's too niche. Like but think about the pain point of the entrepreneur you serve. They don't know you yet, but they know they have a specific problem. They don't know you yet, but they know they're looking for like, what laptop should I buy? Or what tablet is best for running keynote presentations? Or, you know, they have a specific question. How do I set up my business LLC? How do I deal with this particular tax issue? How do I deal with tax issues as an online entrepreneur? What kind of people would that attract? Online entrepreneurs. And now you're solving a problem, adding value, creating a relationship. And then you're able to say, hey, by the way, you know, ultimately in my business, I do this. And if you're interested in more of that, hey, grab my free guide and then watch. This is the beauty of the whole thing. Ultimately, you start putting out, let's review. ASQ, answer specific questions. 2, RSP, review specific products. 3, TSS, teach specific skills. You start putting out videos, and I'd recommend committing to 1 a week. You start putting out videos that are starting to get views a month later. Some of the video, not all the videos, you might jump on a trend or something. You might cover a news story. You might cover something that's like a new announcement related to your industry. Great. That's good too. But some of these videos, you'll look back and be like, wait a minute, I posted this 6 months ago. It's still being viewed. And in the video, I give a call to action into my proven sales process. I give a call to action to my freebie, AKA my lead magnet, AKA my freemium, AKA whatever you call it. Like I give a call to action to join my email list. And then from there, I've set up all my automations and I've set up my business. So ultimately, I am building my business on real autopilot. Like ultimately, I actually have created true passive income. The unbreakable amount of traffic we have created at Think Media is kind of shocking. We get something like 3,000 to 6,000 views every hour. And those views are connected to now, I would argue, hundreds of funnels, probably with 12 months of automation and email follow-up. And I'm about to go to vacation. I mean, Kim invited me to be on this. I'm taking off with my family in the next hour. We're gone for 5 days. My business will be growing that whole time on autopilot because YouTube is a content library that people are accessing when they've got a question that I've strategically put my videos on the other side to answer. So Kim, I mean, that's kind of what I would be focusing on 2022.
Yeah. So for people who are dragging their feet on this, sometimes I feel like I am for sure. I have so many great ideas and I'm like, I need to do that. I need to do that. I love that you said something. You said so many amazing things. One, the demographic is growing very rapidly for people who I would have thought may not necessarily be on YouTube so much, but that's a stunning thing. And then, one video a week. We can do one video a week, answering a question that's specific to our person, or doing a product review. I love how you broke that down. I think sometimes you and I both know Shalene, and one of the things I love about her is she addresses her business holistically, and her audience holistically. So it's not always about what she's selling. It's about how what is she in her life is happening that she uses and loves that she can share. It may not have anything to do with her business at all. It might be how she makes coffee, or it might be, how she puts on her eyelashes. Yes, I've learned how to do that from her. The things, that we can share in the social space that, again, like, she shares a sleep ring. I'm like, I'm going to buy one of those. So many of the things that we, think we don't have something to share around our person, they're there. You just have to look back sometimes into your life, I think. And pull those components out. So amazing content as always. Go have a great vacation with your family. I know you're going to be making thousands of dollars while you're gone. So that's incredible. So incredible. So one quick thing I want to share with you guys real quick. Our giveaway for this segment is we're going to choose 2 winners for StreamYard. So 2 winners are going to get 1 year of StreamYard Pro account, or get a 1-year subscription or to a pro account for StreamYard. Great little resource, guys. Thanks
Love
again.
StreamYard.
Yes, I'm going to put up on the screen real quick where you guys can connect with Sean, connect with him over at YouTube, Think Media TV. You will learn so much from him. And as you can probably already tell, he's the real deal, super humble, authentic. He's my kind of people. So that's why I brought him on to sharing with you guys. Connect with him for sure. Thank you so much, Sean. Appreciate you. Have a great one. Enjoy your vacation.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
All right. So up next again. So I know this is we've gone a long time. So you guys that have stuck, you guys are amazing. I know it's crazy. It's been a little long. We're pretty much on time, a little bit behind, but not too bad. But I have one more special guest to share with you guys. Let's see, pick our winner. Here we go. Our winners for the StreamYard account is Lisa and Hillary. So you guys go over to kimgarst.com/winner and give us your details, and we will get you set up. All right. So, and don't forget, we still have, we've got 100 more prizes to give away. So all these prizes we've been giving away, we've got 100 more of them. 100 more of them. What the heck? That just sounds crazy when I say it out loud. So I'm just so blessed that our celebration partners gave us some amazing things to share with you guys. Our next guest is my sweet friend, Alisa Meredith. She is a huge Pinterest nerd. She's super wicked smart when it comes to all things Pinterest. And she really led the charge, I think. She's definitely a Pinterest pioneer. So you guys are going to learn so much from her. Put your hands together for Alisa. Hey, girl.
Hey, Kim. Great to see you.
Not only is she wicked smart when it comes to Pinterest, but she's got amazing hair, right?
Thank you, Kim. I was just admiring the lips and the glasses together. Very nice.
Do you know how hard it is to match lipstick up with your glasses? Like first world problems, y'all.
I've never tried it, but I can only imagine. Well done.
It can be difficult. I think I might have, we won't even go into that conversation. It's kind of like shoes. Like, I have way too many lipstick shades trying to find exactly the right shade.
Yes,
but anyway. Well, I'm so glad you're here.
I'm thrilled to
we've
be
been
here.
talking about all the platforms.
Yes.
But when it comes to Pinterest,
yeah,
I love Pinterest because, like I've said a couple of times, it's a search engine,
Mhm.
so you don't need a bunch of followers there to get your content seen and get traffic from Pinterest, which is a lesson I kind of learned the hard way. When I was looking at my traffic sources, I'm like, Pinterest all this traffic's coming from Pinterest. What the heck?
No, I know. I can't tell you how many times people came to me and said, like, I'm not even trying. So what would it look like if I tried?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if somebody is out there right now and they're like, yeah, I look over on Pinterest like for ideas and, you know, recipes, or, you know, if I'm decorating my bathroom, I'm over there, but for my business, I'm not sure I'm there. So what would you suggest to them from a what's working now perspective on Pinterest?
Well, I think if you're thinking about, does my business belong there, that's a little bit of a different question. So I would search. What would people search if they wanted to find, if you know, what you want them to search to find you or your services, and see what pops up. Are you seeing content there? If it's there, it's probably worth a try. Like, not everybody is going to succeed on Pinterest, as much as I would love that to not be the case. But what you're going to see is a lot of success in the home decor, right? And art, DIY, recipes, fashion, that kind of thing is like a no-brainer. Travel for Pinterest for sure. As far as what's working, that's a whole different story. We could definitely get into that if you want to.
You know, all the things that traditionally we go to Pinterest for, some of which you just mentioned. But what I find is that I'm probably just like a lot of our viewers who have blog content, for example. And I get tons of traffic from pinning my imagery, you know, from my blog on Pinterest. You know, video pins are obviously have been pretty popular as well. So let's talk about a couple of things that there's some crossover from some of the other guests. Things like Pinterest has stories. Are stories working on Pinterest?
And excuse my cat, he's having a sinus issue over here. But yes, they renamed them as idea pins, and that is really what Pinterest wants for the future of the platform. So yeah, they are doing, that's where you're going to get all the impressions, right? So you can do just plain video pins, but much like with static pins, which is just an image, like the classic pin, those take a lot longer to take off and to get impressions. Whereas with your idea pins, those tend to get distribution right away and continue to grow. So with an idea pin, very similar to a story, but they last forever. And the idea is not to get you from Pinterest to another site, but to keep you on Pinterest and learn everything you need to within that idea pin so that you don't have to go to the site. And I think this is a huge mindset shift for Pinterest marketers, because that's what we were used to using Pinterest for, was to get traffic. And now that has changed a bit.
Can you like give me an example of an idea pin? Like, I'm just thinking about this from the context of, if we're not driving traffic, like, how could we give value in that pin? So if you have like 5 ways to do Y on your blog, right? 5 ways to get more sales, or, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Would you just create imagery that would showcase those 5 ways from an idea perspective, or how would you do it? Like, give me an example of something you've seen that you think is a good example that would work.
Yeah, absolutely. So you don't want to just use static images. Idea pins with video, especially in that first page, are going to do much, much better than if you're just doing basically creating a slideshow, right? That doesn't work as well as having a video on your first page. So something that I have done, it has worked pretty well, is, and it'll be similar, something for, you know, 5 ways to do whatever on your blog post, is to show Pinterest trends, right? So it's very meta, like talking about Pinterest on Pinterest, but it's going through some of their trends, their predicts. So for instance, they said in 2022, one of the things that's going to be really big on Pinterest, and of course that does also translate to other networks, is financial empowerment. So my idea pin starts out with a video of a lady, you know, with her calculator. And then it goes on to talk about, like, who's driving this trend? What search terms do they use? How can you use this trend if you're not in that industry? And these do really well. And I think it's because you're teaching the whole thing right in the idea pin, which is, again, different from what we're used to. Like we're used to creating a teaser on Pinterest that will then drive people to our website. This is a complete 180, trying to get people what they need right here. And I know that this causes a lot of resistance from people who want that traffic. They're like, well, why am I wanting to drive traffic to Pinterest? I want it to my own site. But Pinterest knows that. Like they know we're not just going to create idea pins just for the sake of making them. So they're working on ways to monetize. There are already some that are available. So you can tag products if you have a shop on Pinterest. And so with your idea pin, you get all this extra distribution, and then it gives more distribution to your product pins, right? So you can get sales that way. You can also use affiliate links. So Amazon, Target, some of the other big ones, you can tag products in your idea pin, get affiliate income that way. There is also a creator rewards fund, which not everybody has yet. I don't have it. I tend to get things late. But basically they will pay you money to create idea pins. They'll usually give you a prompt or a suggestion of what to make. Then you can actually make money from the content. So yes, it's a different way of looking at Pinterest. It's not all about traffic now, but there are ways to make it work for you.
So good. And, one of the things I think is a fascinating overarching theme that we've talked about is the fact that these platforms are now paying creators for the content.
Yeah.
So we have an opportunity, just like Molly's story. She's made, over $30,000 from Facebook for a 14-second video.
Wow.
Just let that sink in for a minute, right? And so, and like Instagram, is paying up to $800 for real content. I don't know what it is over on Pinterest yet. Jeff just mentioned it to me the other day, and I was like, "Oh, I need to go sign up for that or see if I'm eligible or whatever."
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of these platforms are paying. They have pots of money, if you will, for the content creation, because it's in Pinterest case in particular. I think it is going to be a needed thing because it's shifting the dynamic of what people, to your point, the mindset shift of how people have traditionally used Pinterest to drive traffic to their own content. Now they're trying to make people stick over on Pinterest.
This happens on every single network.
Yep. Yes,
right?
it does.
It has to. So, I think, but Pinterest and all the other networks, yeah, they're being smart. They know that their networks aren't going to survive if they're just ads, right? They need this beautiful, inspiring, organic kind of content. And the only way that they're going to get it is to encourage creators to make it, which what encourages creators more than money?
Yeah, let's just incentivize us. We're good with that. We're totally good with you paying us to create content. Who isn't?
That's right. Yeah, and they do take a while. If you're going to create content for Instagram and TikTok, you probably already have what you need to make an idea pin. It's probably going to take you 20 to 30 minutes anyway. Yes. But do it on your mobile. There are a lot of options on your mobile that you won't get on desktop, like that product tagging. You can mention brands as well. So there might be some brand sponsorship opportunities you could work out as well.
Yeah, so good. So real quick, and I'm going to ask you one more question, but I want to give everybody time to take advantage of our last giveaway. So our last giveaway is 100 winners for Wave.video's annual creator accounts. Now, this one, we can't manage 100 things, guys. Okay. So the way we're going to do this giveaway is, in order to win this and take advantage of this opportunity, if you will type in #Wave video, no, it's just Wave video, #Wave video, into that area down there. We're having Kimmy the bot give you a coupon code. Okay. So that because how in the world are we going? So technically everybody can win that is here today. Everybody is a winner. You just have to follow the instructions, put #Wave video in. Kimmy the bot will deliver you a coupon code, and you can just go over and get a Wave.video account for free for 1 year. Talk about an amazing giveaway. I just have to give a big shout out to Wave because they gave me 100 of these, 100 for the 100th show, right?
Well,
So
that's pretty momentous.
that's pretty momentous.
Yeah.
So yeah, just drop that in if you want a year of Wave.video. It's one of their creator accounts. It's a nice account. So definitely grab that. I hope everybody enjoys it. Okay.
Yeah. They can use it to make their idea pin videos.
I was just okay, exactly. So that was kind of my last question for you is how are videos showing up on Pinterest, and how should we use them?
Yeah. So when we're talking about idea pins, that is really where the distribution is. Like I said, you can make just a video pin. Those are taking longer to take off. We like to see results sooner if at all possible. So using them in your idea pins is great. But something that I do is I tend to make my idea pins in Canva. So then what I do is I download each page as a separate page for my idea pin, but I also download them all together and as a video, save that as a video pin. Then I take one of the images and upload that as a static pin. So you kind of make a whole suite of content out of this work you've already done, which is a great time saver. I think we all like to kind of batch our content like that and give it a chance to be seen as much as possible. When you create an idea pin, you are going to see them, a lot of them in the search results. You're also, if you're following someone who creates an idea pin, you're going to see them across the top of your mobile device. So it's almost like Instagram stories, right? You see that at the top and it's very clear that they want you to kind of click on and see what the people you're following are up to. Same thing on Pinterest.
I jumped in there. I was talking, but I wasn't up there.
Oh.
So apologize. There was a dead space. Let me ask this. You talked about distribution, and when you're talking about distribution, is it similar in the context of like TikTok or Instagram Reels, where they're being shown more frequently and not necessarily to just our followers? They're showing up based on the types of content that people are consuming. Is that
absolutely
okay? I just was clarifying.
Yeah,
Yes.
and Pinterest has always done that with your content. Like you mentioned at the very beginning, you don't have to have tens of thousands of followers to get people to see your content. Yes. Because Pinterest, yes, it's a search engine, but it's also a discovery engine. So they look at your activity and they kind of branch out a little bit from there. So if you're interested in sourdough bread recipes, you might also be interested in this, right? So they're going to kind of help you to expand beyond what you think you're there for. And that's how you can get seen by people who aren't even searching for you, or maybe not even searching your keywords.
Yeah, and I think that's the powerful overarching thing that I've taken, that I would love for everybody to take away from this today, is that, if you're looking to step into the opportunities of 2022 when it relates to social media, there's probably more opportunity today than ever before in the context of not necessarily already having a following. And I think that's super powerful for people who don't have massive communities already. I mean, if I was to start today and try to recreate what I built, no way, I couldn't do it, because it's not the same place. It's not the same environment. But with these, with the opportunities on these social platforms like, TikTok and Instagram and Pinterest and YouTube and even, if you look at all the opportunity that's even on LinkedIn, but I think the amplification piece, or the distribution piece, I love your word, that's such a great word, is there. You don't have to go try to find and connect and get followers or fans before, because your content's going to be surfaced based on the quality of the content and or the quality or the types of content that your person is already looking at. And that gives us an edge that we've never had before. Yeah,
it does. And as with video, idea pins do take longer. We already talked about that. And because of that, and because of the fact that they don't directly link to your site, not all Pinterest marketers are making them.
Yes.
So it's kind of a wide open space for someone who hasn't been on Pinterest before to get in. it's really a seismic shift, right?
Yes.
And that is always a good time to get on a platform when they're trying to change it to something else. They're trying to emphasize a certain kind of content that maybe not everyone has bought into yet. I think people are starting to realize that like you kind of have to have to make idea pins to succeed over there, but still there's opportunity. There will be advertising for idea pins as well, and those you'll be able to link directly to your website, which I think will be a whole different world, and that's supposed to come any minute now, so that'll be interesting.
That is so amazing. Well, I just wanted to remind everybody, if you want a free creator account, drop in the hashtag wave video to claim your prize. It's that simple. But I also want to make sure you know that you can connect with Alisa over on Pinterest at Alisa M. Meredith. Make sure you put that extra M in there. And you can connect with her there. Is there any other place that you would like for folks to connect with you, Alisa?
Yeah, same thing on Instagram. Pinterest is hard to actually connect and have a conversation because people don't use the messages over there. Instagram is great, but on Pinterest, people will say it's not a social network. They kind of want it to be. So it's kind of becoming that to a certain extent, right? On your idea pins, people can comment, they can try. And I love the comments on the idea pins because people have questions. How did you do this? What did you use for that? So it's really changing as a platform. And I think it's becoming perhaps more appealing to people who are used to the Facebook and Instagram. So I'm excited to see who adopts and how they use it.
And who's going to stand out with, because there'll be new faces, new people. The oldies will fall by the wayside potentially if they don't step up.
Yep.
So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, and congratulations on 100 shows.
Thanks. I know this is a big mile marker for sure.
It is.
All right. Well, take care.
Thanks. You too, Kim.
All right. I want to, again, make sure everybody remembers to just drop in the hashtag wave video if you want to win a free creators account. And then I want to give a huge, I can't even tell I call them my celebration partners who came on board and said yes to giving away some amazing stuff for everybody today. So huge shout out for Restream, ActiveCampaign, Ecamm, StreamYard, Agorapulse, Easel, and Wave.video. You guys rock. I'm so proud to be not only to know you, but to have brought you in front of my community so that they can have an opportunity to take advantage of your awesomeness and check you out as well. So thank you so much. I want to thank everybody that's been here. I know a lot of you are a part of the show. You come each and every week. So you guys are amazing. I just appreciate you so much. And this has been a big production. So for those of you who stuck with us the whole time, thank you. You guys are awesome. I want you to have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves and stay safe. See you next Monday, same place, same time.